I mean, I told you, living together like brothers and sisters, it's all right. But living together, as you say, and have sex relations also with each other, or even whoever he likes,
I mean,
is not in the spirit of Baba.
the days of the ashram, would Baba have the men and women separate, or do you have them together at any time?
Well, it is in India. It's not generally practiced that way that men and women live together.
But
Together in the same house, they may live together, but in different rooms. Married people may live in different rooms. Unmarried women may live in different rooms. Unmarried men may live in different rooms. But unmarried men and women, they don't live together.
But how would Baba handle the men and women personally that were close to him?
Same way. Same way. Baba never allowed, men and women to live together in a single house. When it was absolutely necessary in tours or, then even separate rooms were given.
So Baba always had separate quarters for men.
Yes, yes.
They were always kept distant.
They were always kept at a distance, yes. And of course, it was Baba, in order that even a thought should not come to Baba's people about sex, living together.
Not even this thought.
Not even, that should not come. That is why they were kept a bit separate.
Baba didn't even want the thought to enter their mind if they should be living.
Well, when the thought comes, you try to put them into action. So naturally, first thing to prevent is the thoughts.
If there were such thoughts, let's say, in a person's mind, would this come to Baba's attention?
Yes.
And if it comes to his attention, how would he work with the individual?
He would never, he would always say that thoughts may come, but don't put your thoughts into action. Because of our past sanskaras, impressions of our so many past lives, thoughts are apt to come, and thoughts come to everybody. We are not perfect. Thoughts of sex come, thoughts of wealth come, thoughts of, greed come, but you should not put them into practice. And Baba says that thoughts will come. Never mind, don't worry about the thoughts. Drive them away. Try to drive them away, and don't try to put them into practice.
Yes.
Bad thoughts, good thoughts naturally you should put into practice. But such thoughts of sex or greed or lust or anger or such things come, you should try to, suppress them.
I see. So, well, that would be the best way. So let the thoughts come. Don't bother
about the thoughts.
But let them go.
Because thoughts, we have no control over our thoughts. We can control our speech. We can control our actions also. But we cannot control it. It's not in our hands to control our thoughts.
I see. One cannot see into the subconscious.
You see? No. So, the mental, body, we get, it is with us from the beginning. Very often got dreams also. Right, and then I told Baba, I'm living here with you. I had no thought of any sort of thing like this. Right, I say, don't worry about it. This has nothing to do with your life at present, but the dreams have also connection with our past lives.
I see. And what are people, when they dream about Baba, should they take this here? How should they take such dreams?
Well, you see, we should not give any undue significance to such dreams also. If you love Baba and take him as God, whatever the dreams, well, sometimes in dreams we get some hints of some coming danger or some coming difficulties. Well, we should keep that in mind.
But the main essence is that Baba is here to wake us up from all dreams.
Yes, not to create more dreams. That's true. Well, I don't know. There have been innumerable incidents equally important to me. Equally important to me. What particular one I should describe, can't say, but my impressions about, the firm impressions that I got in the beginning about him, about his godhood, where I think I should consider the greatest. That was in the beginning when I never believed in God, or when no, not God. I believed in God, but I never believed in a God-man or avatar or Sadguru or saint or ever. Even I had not heard of Baba as such. As I have previously told you, I met him by just accident. In fact, they duped me to him, some of my relations. And impressions about that Abdullah Pakrawan, Chota Baba, and the saving Chagan from committing his suicide, these were impressed. They impressed me like anything. The first impressions were that, and they made my faith in him. At that time, it was just belief and faith. Later, I got the conviction of his godhood, and since then, I have not worried about anything, good or bad, material, spirit. I never cared for spiritual things. I never asked for questions about consciousness or life after death or life or the different planes or subtle body or mental body or all sorts of things. I had heard Baba giving discourses in those days. I had heard, and that's where I did not find it necessary any time to read even the books and discourses. Today even I feel that I have nothing to ask from Baba. Only I know that as I take him as God, as I have my conviction, he is God with me. It's not a feeling, it's not a belief. So whatever happens, it is his will and it has stories. So we were to keep awake the whole night. In the car, Irwin was driving and we were to keep awake. So and we were not to have it even dozing like that. So we had to talk something. So that night, one particular night, Baba asked me to talk about my personal, how he came to Baba and how what happened afterwards. So I started talking and it took the whole night. Early hours of the morning it was over almost. Baba was so happy. He was very happy that well, the whole night we passed in your interesting talk. Oh, but that was Baba. He asked me to talk. Who talked? He talked through my mouth. But then for groups to talk these things, I don't feel it that it's my own personal history that I am repeating. To tell that it is all due to Baba and Baba's love is common knowledge. Everyone knows that. Of course, there are many incidents which do not come to my mind because it has not my habit. It has not been my habit to record incidents or anything. Just if I can remember, well, many incidents with life with Baba in travels, staying with him in Meherjee or Meherabad. There was a period for several years, every year on my New Year's Day or on my birthday, he used to call me there away from my family. Some other work or something, you come on such and such day. As if he does not know that it's my birthday, as if he does not know that it's the New Year Day to be with the family or not. One day even Irwin was so, not angry, but he said, Baba, you every time you allow him, no, don't allow him to remain with his family even on his birthday. But not only calling me on my birthday, but he would do such things that he would make me cry. But I consider this as very good fortune. He had a certain purpose to tune me. For both the accidents, during many of his illnesses, even in this last illness, he made me play a very important role. Important from my point of view, that he gave me the opportunity to serve him, though I may not be worthy of it. Even on the last day, how he called me. You recorded all these things.
I don't know what it
I think so many things we have talked that it is mostly repetitions. I talk of 1968 January, 69 January. Yes, 69 January. For my business, I was to go on 29th of January to Delhi for my business. I had orders from Baba always that even if I have to leave my home for a day, that is Bombay and Pune is a 3 hours, 3.5 hours journey by train. Even if I were to go in the morning and return in the evening, I have to inform Baba that Baba, I am going out of Bombay on such and such date, or I am going for business to this, or for personal reasons also. In fact, without his permission, permission is only just to inform him. Whether I get his yes or no is not it. I have to inform him before leaving my home. His followers, how he loved his devotees also. And then he asked me to kiss here and now you go. It was about 12:30. He asked me to go to Adi's office and asked Adi to send a immediate telephone to Dr. Ginde to come by tomorrow. That next morning he should be at Meherjee to examine Baba. So I went home. Now I had an appointment on 31st to Bombay. See here also how he is compassionate. I finished my work. We were almost, it was about 12:15, almost the time when he had dropped his body in Meherjee. I was in Bombay in Air India's office with the conference that we had finished our work and they were all putting me questions about Baba. They were very, not in a sarcastic way, or they wanted to know how is he was. I say he's very ill, but he says that he's going to give his darshan and he has asked me to go ahead with these charters. And these were his orders. Last day also, you go on with it, I am going to give my darshan. At the same moment, we were discussing about Baba there in that office. After finishing that, I was to return by the train, which leaves at about 5:10 in the evening and reaches at about 8:30 or 9 at Bombay, if it comes in right time. My friend was coming by air to Pune. So I just casually, I said, all right, I will also come with you if you can get me a ticket. So they keep several, 2 or 3 tickets for the government officers or some last minute, some minister or someone. So they managed to get a ticket for me. And I returned home. See, ordinarily I would have reached home at 9 or 9:30, but I reached at 6:30 earlier that day. I go home straight in a taxi and there is no one in the house. My servant tells me that my wife had taken the car to fill up gas, to keep it ready for you to go to Ahmednagar because we had received a telephone from Adi that Baba has dropped his body. Now, think about I was alone in the home. No one, my children were not there. That small girl also, my wife had taken with her. I was alone. I was just thinking what to do. It was a shock. Yesterday, a day earlier, I was with him. And just now I returned from this and I say, Baba has dropped his body. Well, it was in a way very good that I was alone. That I could not talk to anybody. I could not shout at anybody. I could not even cry. I just sat peacefully. When in the meantime my wife comes. My wife thought he knew my nature. That if I came to know, even with accidents with Baba, I say as soon as I come to know, I jump into the car and run away immediately without waiting for anybody. So she knew that as soon as I come at 9 o'clock at night, I will be going away. So she kept the car ready for me to go. That's why she has gone. She had gone.